Hey friends, it is Susan from Lakes Like Mine. Today is Wednesday, June the 4th, which means I'm giving you an update on my Lipedema Awareness Month challenge from yesterday. And yesterday was a crazy day for me. So I started my MBA program last night in downtown Oklahoma City, which is about a half an hour drive for me. So there's all that, first day of school anxiety and this and that. And also, today you may note that I'm broadcasting, if you're watching the video, I'm broadcasting from my home, which originally my plan was to be in New Orleans today at a conference. And I canceled those plans because I have another class tomorrow night and I had all this crazy travel and stuff planned. And then when I go to class, I got hit with the reality of, girl, you are in school now and you need to be doing a ton of work for an MBA program. Like, okay, this isn't any joke. This isn't one of those programs where you pay the money and show up, and next thing you know, there's a degree. Like, oh my God. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to cancel that conference. I have online access to everything. Similar to other conferences, they have a little app, where you can look at the sessions and chat with people and this and that. So I decided to get all of my airline and hotel points back and just stay here and work on the stuff I need to be working on. So, anyway, I have a couple of updates about my challenge, which, if you haven't been following me, thank you for joining. I'm doing a 30-day lipedema awareness month challenge that is for myself. There is no lipedema triathlon this year formally, so I decided to just take on my own thing, right? So the rules of it are, and I'm not looking at anything today, but it's movement 30 minutes a day plus 3 times a week resistance exercise. Um, then nutrition for me, the only nutrition rules I have are avoiding sweets and getting 100 grams of protein a day. So no other rules because I have done every diet and I am so done with all that crap. Um, but I need to be getting more protein in my body because I'm working out and I'm doing all this stuff. So there's that. Reading 10 pages of nonfiction a day, that's not going to be a problem. I'll be switching from books to reading research papers in addition to the lipedema research papers I check for every day, too. Let's see, so that's three. And then drinking 90 ounces of water a day, posting pictures and tagging people on social media, which just being more regular about it was my deal, right? To be able to do that. And a couple other things. Moisturizing and washing my skin every day, which, if you are watching, again, I have a lot of people who are listening now on iTunes and Spotify. But what I've been doing is I get ready in the morning as far as like taking pills, washing my face, brushing my teeth. And then I come into my home office in the morning and my makeup is sitting in a basket right next to my desk. So I have just incorporated putting my moisturizer on during this podcast so that it's just a kind of like a part of the routine. And I will tell you, I'm recording this at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it just dawned on me like I haven't moisturized yet. I washed really well. I even took off my mascara, which that's a new one for me. But my eyes, I think, are happier whenever I actually take off all the makeup, right? Instead of just washing my face. So, anyway, I'm putting on my moisturizer and I'm taking advantage of the points where we have known lymph nodes, right? To do like a little tiny mini lymphatic drainage while I talk to you. And I have two things I'm doing. I moisturize, and then the other part of the rule is I have to put on sunscreen every day. And again, I swim every single day, and unless there's some reason, which I'm going to tell you a reason here in a second. Um, and I spend a ton of time in the sun because I really enjoy, after I do my actual like workout type stuff in the pool, I might hang out for another 30 minutes or an hour in the water. And that's just like sun exposure big time, right? So I also spray sunscreen on my face, and my whole, like anything that's exposed when I get in the water. Because if I'm just going to tell you, when I was a kid, I would go to the water park and get some serious burns, like where I would have blisters the size of quarters or bigger on my face. I started my first day of second grade with a blister the size of a $50 on my chin. Anyway, so now I need to make right and just do everything I can to not get skin cancer, right? So anyway, here's how yesterday went. So, yesterday I put a little video up that was terrible because I was like turning everything sideways and stuff. I'm still figuring all this out, right? As far as the exercise stuff of me doing a couple of exercises that this guy named Jeremiah, who is he's on Facebook Reels, is where I see him. And I talked about him a little bit yesterday, but he does this thing where, like, if he's talking about people with big legs, he'll wear sweatpants and stuff his sweatpants full of stuff to make it look like he has the big legs. But then it's also for him as the trainer who's super fit. It helps him understand like the differences that people have in being able to move too. So it's giving him some form of empathy. I think a lot of people watch him for entertainment purposes because it's funny when he comes out and he's got like stuffed legs or balloons hanging around places where there's like fat bulges or stuff. But anyway, he had recommended two exercises for fat around the knees and for fat around the middle of the thigh. And so I got my exercise bands out and did those exercises yesterday, um, 30 seconds each, three times for each one of those exercises. And I thought I would be more sore today, which makes me think when I do those exercises again, I'm going to use the next strength of band up. So I've got a light, a medium, and a heavy strength of band in my little kit. And so I'm going to go up a level and see if that helps anything. So my exercise yesterday that wasn't resistance based was walking. And I have been making sure now that when I walk, I'm getting at least a mile on my watch. And I knew that I was going to be doing a lot of walking yesterday, like coming to and from a parking garage and this and that for school. So I sort of incorporated that into my day. I did not swim yesterday because I was a little bit of a scatterbrain getting ready for school. And this is what else I learned. So I still am carrying around my Bucky's cup. Yes, I wash it. By the way, for those of you who asked me so kindly, I do wash it. Um, I by the time I got to school last night at 5:30, I was on my third thing of water, which is good. And I brought for dinner last night some protein-based snacks that I just ate in the classroom, and yesterday for lunch, I had barbecue, and I ordered enough turkey where I could have a turkey snack when I got home last night. So I hit my protein goal by what felt like eating a lot of meat, more meat than I'm used to. I did not realize how I haven't been hitting protein goals until I've been tracking it, which has been really eye-opening for me. Um, the other thing I've learned too is like I've got to stay on top of the water. Like you can't set your cup down and forget about it for a few hours. And if you do that, then at bedtime you're just like guzzling water just to say you met the goal. Which I mean, I'm kind of thinking like all day hydration would be good, you know. The moisturizing of the skin that is going well because I'm doing it on these videos and the sun protection and that kind of stuff. The other part about nutrition too, I'm totally untempted by the sweets because I'm using tirzepatide, right? And that turned off the food chatter. I've talked about that a little bit. But in that school that I'm going to, they have a little break room, and in a couple of different places, they have piles of free carb based foods for the MBA students. And I'm not going to go touch that because while I'm not doing a nutritional program at all other than trying to hit nutrition and water and or trying to hit protein and water and avoiding sweets, I don't want to fall into the trap of like eating a whole can of Pringles during a class just because they're there and they're free. Like I who doesn't love free stuff, right? So anyway, the reading of the book. So yesterday I read on the book that I've been working on, the one about speaking up and not worrying about groupthink and stuff like that. Okay, then I got my reading assignment for school, and that is going to change everything. So tomorrow, I am going to a class that's about marketing that's based on AI. And as you all know, if you followed me at all, I'm a huge proponent of AI. I use it for a lot of stuff. It helps me to like look at research papers and digest and think about the key points and stuff like that. It helps me to outline chapters in books. And some of the books that I've written under a pen name, I straight up wrote with AI, sort of junk book type things, right? So I use AI every day. I keep it open in another monitor. I'm dying to see what they say about using it for social media and like as a part of a strategic marketing plan instead of an all over the place marketing shotgun effect, which is what I've been doing for years. Because I really don't make any money off of Lakes Like Mine. It's just kind of a project that I do because I feel like the information needs to get out there. So, um, today, I'm going to be doing a post of my legs, and I want to tell you why. This is the craziest thing. So, my exercises in the pool have been running. And I mean like running until things burn, right? And then whenever I can't run, I walk. And when I can't walk, like I'm really trying to be really active. And that's not um, something that I tell people you have to do to for your lymphatic health, right? Like being in the water is enough and any movement is great, but I'm really like being super active as part of this challenge. My legs are losing fluid like crazy. Yesterday, I had lost an eighth of an inch in a couple of areas, and then and a quarter of an inch in the biggest part of my calf, and that's where I seem to accumulate the most fluid. There is really something to getting in the pool and moving like crazy, and combine that with drinking this water to flush out toxins out of my system. And I came in today and my calf is down another quarter, not another eighth of an inch, excuse me. And I stood on the scale this morning, and you guys know I'm an open book. It's 333 this morning, so it's down a pound from yesterday. We know that's water. Water weight is and interstitial fluid and all that stuff that gets stuck in our bodies is really impacted by the amount of movement we're doing. So I think there's something to combining it with the water, maybe the protein. I don't know, but my legs feel less heavy today. So it is tornado weather here in Oklahoma. Last night we had a series of tornadoes that hit, and the skies are super gray. It almost looks like Seattle outside. If you see my eyes going this way, I have a window right here, or window up and to my right. Sorry for those of you listening. Um, so what I'm going to do a little bit of schoolwork type stuff this morning while I've still got like my best brain power of the day. And then before too long though, like maybe a little bit after lunch, I'm going to go hit that pool and I'm going to go do some resistance exercises. And I'm hoping to get into the gym. Yesterday just didn't work. I should have known better, but I'm not going to out excuse myself. I'm going to get my buttocks in the gym and use those machines because I want to build some strength up in my legs, right? That's the whole point of this is trying to delay or avoid knee surgery and just all the things, right? There's so many reasons why you want to do resistance exercise. And I think the bands are fantastic and having weights at home are fantastic. But I think I can learn something about the way I'm supposed to be moving by sitting on those machines that have already been designed to be sort of like ding dong proof, right? So anyway, and that's my plan. And every plan that I make, you will learn quickly with me, is that I throw them out the window and I just do my best. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Okay, so anyway, today my sharing, I am going to go do a search right now for groups that do like family practitioners, primary care providers. There are all kinds of organizations for these different medical providers. And I'm going to do one lipedema awareness post that is like explains what lipedema is, showing my legs, and tag those people in my post, especially on Instagram and TikTok. Those seem to be where people who are like med students, whatever, younger people especially, they watch for certain hashtags and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing that for my awareness thing. And here shortly, I will video whatever resistance exercise it is that I do today and share that as well, because I think that's really helpful to see somebody who's built like you, built like me, doing these exercises, whether I could do them, whether I needed to stop or modify or whatever. I think it's super helpful. It's great that professional trainers and this and that do it. They're super fit, but it's more relatable when you see somebody who weighs 333 doing that exercise, right? So that's my report for the day. I can check the box, although I am learning things about ways I can do better and ways that I can make sure that the stuff I want to be doing in my life happens every single day. So, happy June the 4th. We are well underway here. I hope you're doing something to spread awareness, whether it's uploading a file to a portal, dropping off brochures with your doctor, or sharing a picture or a story, or just telling a friend your story, a little bit of your story. Have a great day. I will see you later and can't wait to talk to you tomorrow.